Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna move on to like a new game which we haven't done before. It's called Versus Challenge.
What did you say? Verse is.
Because I don't know.
Versus us?
Versus.
Us?
When Curtis and I were listing for Whatnot yesterday, he's like, why don't we do a series where we just... I remember when I interviewed Craig from Now Side Scrollers a while back. When I first talked to him, it was interesting. I don't know where I came up with it. I was like, hey, before we even talk, let's not... As a podcast just started, don't even say anything to me. Just, here we go, ready. And I would just say things, this or this, and he would just answer rapid fire. Beatles or Rolling Stones? Next. Okay, this or this, next. So I was like, let's do a little bit more of a long form of that. We'll name two things. You got to pick the better one. Now we can converse. You like it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's kind of like agree or disagree, but like it's a little bit more like at least you can compare the two.
Yes, it's not as broad.
So we don't say anything, just one or the other? That's
Okay,
it?
Hey,
yeah.
no, talk about it. We want to talk. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
just gonna say Zelda. Like no. All right, so our first one actually is gonna be Zelda versus Mario games.
Mario.
Zelda.
Mario.
I'm gonna say Zelda for me.
Ooh, a tie. Ben, break the tie. Let's go. He said Mario.
Hey.
Okay. So what's your
Blu-ray
if you could pick one Zelda game to go against a Mario game, what would it be? What's your Zelda
There's some
pick?
good ones though.
That's tough because like I
Tears
mean,
of the Kingdom blows away any
Dang,
Mario
F
game
tier.
there is out
Which
there.
one's that? Is
The
that
newest one.
The
The
newest
newest
one?
one.
Oh, okay, I haven't played the newest one.
all right.
I don't know which one. I haven't played that one.
If I like, you say Mario game, then I'll counteract it.
Super Mario World.
Zelda Twilight Princess.
Trash. No, it's good. It's good.
No, I would say Link to the Past.
Well, and the reality is we can all agree that we like
now,
both of them.
now, did you have another Mario game that could?
Mario 64.
Ben?
One that's better than it?
No, yeah, basically.
Wind Waker.
No, that's.
Yeah.
Come on, you just threw up
Mario
on the
64, it's trash.
No,
dude.
no,
It's
no.
garbage. It's so bad.
You could have said anything better than that.
Ocarina of Time, though,
you
is
know
one
what
of
you
my
should
favorites.
Ocarina of Time is
Oh,
the
I should have
best.
said Ocarina.
You know what you should look up, Curtis? I don't know if you're able to find it, but you should still look it up. Is can we find overall sales of Mario games versus Zelda
Well,
games?
that's gonna be
It has
different
to be
because
Oh, it's
Mario.
got to be Mario.
yeah, because Mario.
There's so many also.
Yeah, there's way
Maybe
more.
not, though.
I know. I just wanted you guys to look it up. I don't know, Curtis. I didn't look it up. You should look.
No, I don't want to look up because I already know it's gonna be Mario.
But Tears of the Kingdom, I wonder. That might have sold a ton.
Yeah, but I mean, in comparison to every Mario game ever released,
Like Mario 64 is probably the most.
you gotta think about
Like, everyone had it.
NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy.
Now let's make this clear. We wouldn't have said Mario versus Zelda if we didn't like both. We obviously
Right.
love both.
Yeah, yeah, of
I think Link to the Past is one of the greatest games of all time.
And Super Mario
Think-
World is one of the greatest
That's what I'm
games
saying,
of
and
all time.
I still think Ocarina of Time beats every single game.
I just
all
think
time.
if you told me
that one is good.
if you told me you could only play one series for the rest of your life, I could get my RPG fill with Mario RPG.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm a Mario RPG guy.
Oh yeah, you love that. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. You love
even the Rabbids games. I actually
that was
really
it.
like the Mario Rabbids, the strategy
You're
game.
like the only person
if I
I know
had
that
to
likes
play a one style of game every single day for the rest of my life, it would be Mario games. But that's because Zelda games run out of stories, right? Mario games, you can play sports, you can play soccer, baseball,
okay.
tennis.
Look at you.
I was having
That's
a
a
great
good
time.
argument. That's a good
I
argument.
didn't think about that.
And
Has a little bit of everything.
That doesn't count
Yeah.
for Smash though, because that doesn't count.
But yeah, but, I
That's
mean,
not
they're
a
both
Mario
on that.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both on it.
And it's not it has to have Mario in the title, right? Although
Rose in it.
Zelda has her own game now.
Oh
does?
yeah,
Yeah.
the newest one.
She'll be playable.
Really?
She is
Yeah.
the main character in a new Zelda game.
Because like
What is it
Link gets
called?
captured, right?
It literally starts
Yeah.
with Link getting captured and you play as Zelda the entire game.
Really?
Yeah. It's in the style of the new Link's Awakening on Switch.
It looks cool.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept,
Oh.
I think.
Is that the first time she's ever been the
damsel
main?
in
I think it
distress.
is.
As the full-time
No
as,
more.
as the full-time
Every
playable.
princess game ever. A damsel in
That'd be cool.
distress.
I'd
Yeah.
play
Well,
that.
Peach
too.
has her own game too, right?
She does.
Yeah,
Showtime?
she has a couple.
Oh, she has a
DS.
couple already? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, DS she had.
She had some on DS, but now there's Peach Showtime, which didn't
That one.
perform that well.
Oh, it's already out?
It's been out.
Oh, it did.
All right,
horrible.
we'll go on.
'Cause I didn't hear nothing about it.
And she was the
Next
main
one.
character in Super Mario 2. She was. She was
Yeah.
one of the main characters.
Peach.
Yeah.
Peach was, I would say, the best character
She
in
was
Mario
the best
2.
one.
I'm talking about the cover though, like to have the cover of the
I
game.
like this game.
That is pretty crazy that first Zelda and Toad and Luigi were all main characters already on the second game of Mario. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and Zelda, geez, that's been a long time coming with her. You've never been able to
Yeah.
play as her ever.
Yeah.
Well, in Smash Bros. You
And
can.
the name of the game is her.
In
too.
Smash Bros. You could play as Zelda.
That's because she's just a girl.
There you go.
The audio listeners couldn't see I was winking before.
No, he wasn't winking, no believer.
All right, so the next one's gonna be horror versus comedy movies. What would you prefer?
So when we say this, you kind of have to put it in the sense of only one exists for the rest of the time for you that you got to go back to or see.
This is
So
easy.
horror
Go, you go first, Chris.
or comedy.
Easy for me. Horror all day.
Yeah?
Love horror.
I was comedy.
And I like
soul.
comedy too, but horror.
I'm comedy. I'm not a tortured soul like Chris.
Horror. Horror for sure.
you?
Yeah.
Horror for sure.
Awesome. Let's
I
go.
love-
I would have thought you would have said comedy.
You know what's funny? So whenever my wife leaves out of town, which is rare that my wife my wife left like a week ago with the kids for like 5 days. Immediately, I was just on Google. What are the gnarliest, most twisted horror movies of all time? Because I was like, what
really?
can I watch that my kids aren't going to accidentally walk in on? My wife's not going to be like, what is wrong with you? What are you watching?
What was the best one you watched?
I can't remember. It was like the lowbrow like B ones where you're just like, oh my god, I can't believe they're showing this. Not like sexual stuff, but more just like dark with the. I'm a huge kill count guy,
Yeah.
so I'm all about them showing the kills and how the kills. I watched. What did I watch again? What's the one? It's Midsummer. I watched that for the first.
Midsommar.
That's how it's spelled,
I think
though, right?
Midsommar. That's the first time I watched that one in a while. I watched it,
okay.
and I forgot how
It's kind of cool.
dark the kills were.
I'm really interested to see like how they do Conjuring 4, the finale of that. That's gonna be the last
Hey,
movie of Conjuring.
not
you
a
just
huge
stick to
Conjuring.
comedy, bro. What are you saying about comedy?
Sorry.
I'll tell you why
Switching sides,
horror.
bro.
Did you say horror or comedy?
He said comedy.
That's a comedy. So the tie.
Another-
He has
do you
to
like-
break the tie. Ben has to break
Ben?
the tie.
No, I went horror.
Let's
Comedy.
go.
Oh, come
And
Yes.
here's why horror is better too, because the bad horror movies are still good. Like you can watch a movie that's a horror movie and it's really bad and it
Because
still
you get
makes
those
it
cool
good.
janky kills too.
Yeah, versus comedy. Watch a bad comedy movie. It sucks.
No.
Oh yeah, give me a bad
You're
one.
pointing out like one or two, but I mean like there's so many good comedy movies out there.
Yeah,
What's the
good
best
one.
what's the best
What's
comedy
a
movie?
bad comedy one?
Dang, dude, you're really. I mean, Step Brothers for me is the funniest movie that could be played over and over in my brain forever.
Yes, Step Brothers is one
But
of them.
you would run
Nacho
out
Libre.
of good comedy before we would
Nacho.
run out of
Might be
horror.
true.
No,
movies.
I don't think
Yes, you
so.
would.
I feel like the list of good comedies might be smaller than the list of
way
good horrors.
smaller, way smaller.
I don't know. I feel like
Way
I just
I feel like 'cause
horror
you're
fans,
also
too.
like you're not also thinking like putting into comparison like you have all Adam Sandler movies too, like those are good.
They're good.
Like, but those are all like in play with comedy. Even like the Dumber and Dumbers, you're forgetting about like the
Let me tell you, when-
the corny '90s comedy is great.
Blake and I are amazed. Like we are still discovering like new crazy
Smut?
looking horror. No,
I just
Smut-
sold you one.
Like
There's
a
so
horror,
many,
there's
yeah.
so many horror tapes and horror movies that I'm like, dude, we gotta watch this. I couldn't tell you the last time I was like, look at this comedy movie. I have to watch it.
It,
Like,
it
it's
really
probably
depends because
garbage.
you're not going out of your way to look for it, right? If it's already a good movie.
And a lot of horror movies have a good comedy mix in.
They do.
so that's
a
a
good one.
comedy, dude.
That
Sorry,
would be
scary
called-
movie.
Scary movie.
That would be
Scary
called
movie.
I hate those.
Strong
No,
hand.
campiness. Campy horror movies are awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
And again,
Those
you
are
would.
creepy.
I would love to see like who's in the comments like what would they would
Oh,
choose.
please let us know in the comments. It's funny because I am obviously my personality is very fun, goofy, zany, but I feel like I just when I watch horror movies, I don't know what it is. I've always been drawn to them.
Nice. Me too.
Always. I
Yeah,
don't
I don't know what it is either. I don't know why.
I try to stay away,
You're
bro.
similar to me that
Exactly.
we like to watch like murder documentaries
Yeah.
too. There's something about death.
The only thing bad about horror the only
Jeez.
There was a channel that like he follows on YouTube that I was like on the Pixel Plus, and it said, "This is the first time a case has ever been solved midway through me editing a video. I'm gonna put the update at the end of it," and it was like a murder mystery.
The only thing bad about horror movies is watching them on airplanes. You're like, look over and the granny's looking at you and you're like, I'm sorry, I'll put it off.
I don't think I've ever watched one on an airplane.
I have.
I have not.
Yeah, I have. That's when you know you're next level low, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I would rather watch a comedy on an airplane, dude, easily.
I don't like the horror movies like where they start doing like spells and stuff like that because sometimes I feel that like
the
they'll-
demonic stuff.
Yeah, because they'll be doing like real stuff. Like we don't know what they're saying, but they might be doing some real stuff on there, and then they get stuck to you, bro.
There's
It gets stuck to you somehow. I don't know how.
There's definitely been some controversies around that
There's a
kind
lot
of
those
stuff.
Movies, bro.
There's definitely been
like when I
horror-
felt weird. I was like, man, I don't think I should watch this.
There's been
anymore.
horror,
The
movies
comedies-
where things happen in real life, like to those people, like producers die, actors die, like
Yeah, so
within
imagine
months of
watching the
filming.
movie.
That's dark, dude. What the heck?
Yeah, dude.
What do you think about over there, Chris? Why do you got such a thoughtful face over there?
I was
Man,
trying
you know
to think
what?
of one where that
Comedies.
happened. There was a movie
Oh, a
where
good
like
movie? A
everybody
good horror?
died. Was it like Final Destination or
There
something?
was
Did somebody die in real
There's
life?
a few. I've watched so many
Like
they
the
all
Crow
blur.
had one that died.
The main actor.
There was-
Is one.
The Crow.
There was
like
actually
the most famous one, probably.
there was a short about like a helicopter crash in
Twilight Zone movie.
what did you call it, in Santa Clarita, where they filmed a movie and like a couple kids died. When
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
yeah, because the FX, what was it?
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Wait, a new Twilight Zone or like a old
Twilight Zone the movie. There's footage on YouTube. You can watch the character running out with the two kids, and it was a scene where they were supposed to be running away from like exploding buildings.
Yeah.
A piece of shrapnel hit the helicopter, and and you can watch it.
Yes.
He's running, and the helicopter just goes boom, boom,
a real
boom,
thing.
boom, and slices all three of them in half.
Oh, I'm watching.
They all die right
No,
there.
it's
never
real.
heard about
Yeah,
that.
it's in Santa Clarita. Yep, it's not even that far away from where you would think too.
You can, I mean, again, and
It was the FX
You see,
that
now
like the
I'm all
explosion.
sad.
I'm looking up deaths in horror movies since Curtis won't look it up on the big screen.
He just,
Look it
no. I don't want to tell people the deaths in a horror movie right now.
No, I want to know.
Look at one of the biggest questions is, can horror movies cause physiological damage? In research, Cantor found that exposure to frightening media content such as horror movies can lead to anxiety, nightmares, and fear. Bro, quit your,
That's what we
get your
want.
wimpy out of here, bro.
If I'm watching a horror movie, that's what I want.
Yeah, I know, bro. I want to walk up and go,
Dude.
why am I
It's gonna give me all that. I'm down.
See, I did that with my son, though. I exposed him to. I
Oh, yeah,
remember
you
he was
said.
like, did I tell this story
on the
before?
podcast too early?
Oh, did I?
And he
Did
was
I tell
scared.
it again? Yeah, he was
Wait,
like,
which one? Which one?
he was like 5, and like we were in the car, and I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
hates
pretty early.
horror
He's like,
movies
oh,
now.
I think you're ready for this. And he was like, because I was always watching horror movies, and I was like, oh, let's watch. It was on YouTube. I'll show you the kill count of Michael Myers, like just stabbing people like over and over again. And he hates horror movies now, and he won't go watch them. He's 15 now, and I'm like, dude, let's go watch this horror movie. He's
Sometimes
like,
that works.
Oh, yeah,
and he
bro.
brings it up all
He
the
ain't
time. He's like,
about it,
yeah,
dude.
you ruined it for me. Like,
He's like, you're ready.
you
You're
made
fine.
me watch Michael Myers.
My
when I
dad
was
gave me a
5.
drink of alcohol when I was like a little kid, and obviously purposefully, and I hate it. And I don't drink. Maybe that's why he gave it to me. And I hate it. It's ever
It's
since I
too
was-
early.
Ever since I was a kid, I was
One
like,
year
I
later,
hate it.
1 year later, and you'd be like,
Thank you, Dad. You got me.
Okay, 2 things to not do too early. Got it.
For the reason
And
alcohol.
drink it. All right, got it.
We'll go
just
on to
wait
the
till you're
next one.
6.
All right, we're going to go on to the next one. Cake versus donuts. Ooh.
That's easy for me. Cake for sure.
Cake.
I'm not a big fan of donuts.
Cake.
I'm gonna go donuts.
I'm a huge cake guy too. I don't know.
Dang, I love donuts.
But what about a good ice cream cake?
Ooh, that's
Do you know
the
how good that
best.
sounds right
Come
now?
on, man.
All right, so Dairy
go
Queen
after?
ice cream cake is literally the best cake.
Should we go after?
If we go to
Queen?
Presta,
Yeah.
I would definitely get one there.
That's my favorite ice cream cake.
A Dairy Queen
Dairy Queen.
I don't
ice
think
cream.
I've ever had a cake.
My
from
wife
Dairy
gets
Queen.
me that for my
What
birthday.
kind of donut
every
do you
year.
like?
I like the it's like the cinnamon crumb one.
cream one?
Cinnamon crumb. Yeah, the one with the most cream in it.
Excuse me, man. Can I get extra filling?
That's why you like it,
Cinnamon
huh?
crumb.
That's a good one. Cinnamon crumb.
That's the one I always get.
That
Cinnamon
sounds
crumb.
good.
I
That
feel
sounds
like
good.
because used to work for my grandpa like in a residential construction company, and we every morning we would get a donut, and it's a great memory for me and my grandpa. But like, I got so tired of eating
Bored of
donuts
them? Yeah.
that I would feel sick midday, like under a sink. You're just feeling that donut. You're like, this ain't it. This ain't
I
it.
always have that feeling with donuts.
But
That's
every
why I don't eat 'em.
every time you have like a cake experience, it's always at a good time. Somebody's birthday,
A party.
a
A celebration.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, but a donut just seems like, that blue collar feel, man. It doesn't feel great.
I've never been a donut guy. I'll like a sprinkle when I was a kid. I'll eat like a donut if it's there. And I would even argue that cake I don't go out of my way to have, but a good ice cream cake is
Ice
pretty
cream
bomb.
cake is bomb. But like regular, just like birthday cake from like the grocery store.
Funfetti, you're gonna kill
They
me. dude?
can
Like,
be.
those are pretty
Funfetti?
garbage.
Ben always like when we do whatnots, Ben will like always hit up like before whatnot. He'll go to like the expired date.
Yeah, the day old bakery
Dude.
section in the grocery store.
Bro gets quadruple chocolate.
You get a whole cake for like $6.
And bring it to the whatnot, and you guys eat it.
Yeah.
No, he eats it.
Well,
dude.
I
Just pennies.
I usually eat like half of it.
He's like,
dude,
It's the whole
it expired yesterday. It's still good.
it is literally a quadruple chocolate cake. It's like the heaviest thing you can
Yeah,
have.
and the best part is Ben will be like, I got you guys cake, and Ricky are like sick, and Ricky and I are the ones doing the live show.
So you're
I'll do the live show, and Chris, it ends. I'm like, "Phew, I'm hungry. Where's that cake? They're like, oh, dude, we ate it.
just all over Ben's
No,
face.
it is Ben
Well,
eats it, no
Ricky's
way.
family helps out eating it sometimes too.
True. And we hired my buddy Andy's son, Caden. We hire him to help us, and he's just, he's a 16-year-old teenager. What do you expect? He just mows down all the food as a 16-year-old teenager would.
Should, yeah.
You know.
Especially cake.
Dude, yeah, cake's all the way. Sorry, Chris, go eat it.
Expired cake. That sounds good though.
All right, last one. We're gonna go physical media versus digital media. Ooh,
Physical.
I think I'm moving
Physical.
towards digital.
Are you?
Yeah,
Why?
I
Physical
think
for me, by the way.
I think as like time goes on, the space is more of like my priority.
Yeah.
The space and like the fact that like I have some people that can mod things and in this it makes it easier, I think, for me.
I prefer physical
don't-
media all day, especially as of lately. Obviously, I've been really into getting back into more physical media, but there is something obnoxiously lame about me when I'm playing like the Switch or something, and I'm like, just double chinning out on the couch, and I have to put in a game, and I'm like, gosh dang it, I have to get up and walk 4 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm at that point too. Like I have all these horror VHS next to my TV, and I'm like, oh, I should watch that. And then I just plop on the couch, and I'm like, dude, one button, Netflix. What am I watching?
Yeah.
And it's such an easy thing to
so
get up
funny.
and
What
put
I've
it
been liking
in.
is, like,
But I don't. My mind doesn't want to do it sometimes. I don't
think
know.
that
I'm so
everybody-
lazy.
And you've been able to download movies on
You can
YouTube,
find movies, rent
and I'm
movies.
always on just YouTube. So I'm like, oh, I want to watch a movie.
It's so funny. Once you like plop on the couch, it's almost like, oh, it's too late now to
It's
get up.
over. Oh, it's over. I would never mid.
I can't get up now and change it.
I'm here already. Yeah, it's over.
Which is such an old man thing to say, but I mean, we were around before, the early days of this stuff, before even
You had to get up and
early
change
day
the channel?
remotes. You just get up and turn the knob and find the right channel, smack the TV a couple times, and
Dang, you guys are moving to digital. Sick. We're starting to
I mean,
mow it down.
Digital is good, but I still love owning stuff, especially
Yeah.
CDs.
I like
love
the idea
CDs.
of physical.
Yeah.
there are, and I don't know which ones I can't name, and I know this is obviously a long conversation in the retro world, but there has been a few movies as of late where I was like, oh, I should show my kids this. And I went to go look for it, and I was like, it's not
Couldn't
available.
find it.
I'm
You
like
have to pay for it.
No, it wasn't even like pay for it available, like Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube. And I was like, I don't remember what movie it was, but it was like a classic. And I was like, how is this not on the internet? And I
Yeah.
was like baffled. I'm like, you're telling me I can't show my kids this? I can't even go buy it. There's no Blockbuster to go rent it. At that point, that's a strong argument for, man, I wish I had it on.
There's only a few that are like that.
Yeah,
I know.
and I think that's like where people are actually seeing like obviously the increase of like Xbox games. It's because those games aren't available because they're shutting down their stores, and it's like you only own it physical later on. So I get that. Like if you had a specific game you wanted to buy and it's not ROMable and it's not all that, like maybe I might consider it like
It's a
buying a
handful.
physical.
It's a handful of them.
Ben, are
Right.
you
Like the one movie I could think of that like you can't like find it anywhere. Where like the DVD was going for a lot of money. I think it was like 28 days later or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the DVD was going for a lot because you
horror.
couldn't stream it anywhere. But I don't know if that's changed in the past few months. But that was one of the
well, and a lot of stuff ends up getting taken down. Again, they are taking down a lot of things, especially with like certain companies don't want to have this stuff on record anymore, because they don't like the history of what it was or whatever. So they'll remove it.
But I think they actually do it too, like to have people like try to look for it, and then like once you put it up somewhere, they're like, "Oh, dude, it's finally here. Let's go watch it." Like The Office. Remember when The Office like they took it off of Netflix?
Yep.
There was like a big thing about
And
it.
they
I'm
put
like,
it
"Oh
to-
my god, go watch it! They're about to take it off."
And they put it to Peacock right
Yeah,
after.
that was like
Yeah.
everywhere. But like at that time, people were like scared that they couldn't like watch it anymore because they're taking it off of Netflix. But now it's like on Peacock, like you said. So
Ben,
it's
physical or digital?
Oh, I'm all about the physical media myself because like one thing that a lot of people don't realize is like there's a quality difference with like physical versus like digital. And, like I would say the biggest difference is like the audio, and you don't really realize it, when you're like streaming something from Netflix. But if you were to throw in like a Blu-ray, you would probably notice a difference for sure.
I think
I didn't
that
even think of that.
right. But I think like what scares me the most is like for even like digital or physical. I know you'd own the physical rights to the copy that you have, but like as digital, like it is just the easy accessibility to get to things
For sure.
But what scares me the most is price hikes. Like they could just add a hike to your service at any
Yeah.
moment. Xbox has done it. Netflix has done it, and it's like, what do you do against it, right?
What do you do?
Like I think that's what kind of fears me is like you just have another monthly payment you won't be watching.
I don't want to know how many monthly subscriptions I have. I just sign up for like candy now. It's like
I
you
forget
want,
about it, too.
anytime any company offers me anything for free and there's a premium option now, I always do premium. YouTube, Hulu, Netflix. Anytime they're like, there's a better version, doesn't have. Dude, once I went all no ads, I can't go back.
Convenient.
I just signed up for Chat GPT, the Plus. Chat GPT Plus.
What's the difference with Plus?
It makes images for you and stuff. So
I
it's
think
an
you can do it for
image
free,
thing,
too.
and it has like different versions of Chat GPT. So there's like I didn't realize Chat GPT does this to you. It's like if you ask it too many things, it goes, you are now using the older version. It starts downgrading you in versions that you're using.
I had arguments with the AI, bro. Like,
And
hurry up.
so when you pay for it, it's like you're always getting version 5.0, the newest one.
Chris paid so that when AI takes over, they'll kill his family last.
No way, dude.
We'll give you a little extra time.
Already, yeah, supporting the Terminators out there.
You know?
Team
Just
Terminator.
in case.
I use it for my benefit, man. I'll tell you.
Do you use it, Chat GPT?
I have become very good at Photoshop AI. I've gotten very good with
that
it.
one
And
helps
it's
a lot.
very beneficial for content creators, for people who do anything. I mean, I'll admit, I have so many friends who send me, you know, when you buy like your kid's like school photo and like has like watermarks all over it. Dude, I remove that stuff in seconds with Photoshop now.
So can I ask what program you use? Is
Photoshop.
Oh, it's Photoshop.
Photoshop has-
Yeah, it has
There's
it
an
like
AI
built in now.
in it.
They have AI,
Yeah.
but the thing is with AI, Photoshop is, I don't believe in like, you know, using all AI art. I'm a big fan of using people's real art. I just enhance what people send me. I mean, I have friends the other day, my good friend Chloe sent me a picture of her at Disneyland. And she was like, oh, it's a good picture. How do you like it? And I was like, you know, I'm going to make this cool for her. She was like off-centered with the castle, right? There was 100 people in the background, shadows everywhere, people slurping on, you know, hot dogs in the background. And I was like, give me 10 minutes. I removed them, put them in the center of the castle, removed every person from the back, removed every shadow, put fireworks in the background within 10 minutes. Sent her a photo that a company would probably charge her $100 to dox
That's
her up.
incredible.
Yeah, bro. It's
And
crazy.
she was like, "Oh my gosh, like that is you can't pay to get a private experience at Disneyland, right? Like that." But it looks like I'm trying to pull the picture to show you guys. It looks like to them, you know, that's beep.
And is it type commands? You can command it, like you can say remove that guy with the hot dog.
Yep.
All that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was funny because like remember we had game night at Ben's.
So this was
and
before.
Gay night.
Game night.
Game night. We love game night.
I mean, it wasn't just a giant sausage fest, but
Ben's game night was. So this is for sorry audio and video listeners. See the shadows. See the people in the background. See how they're off centered. Now watch this. Just in moments later.
boom.
With the fireworks
Perfectly
in the back.
centered. Nobody in the back. No shadows. Fireworks in the background. And that's
I
like
mean-
pay companies hundreds of dollars to get something like that.
It's crazy because like like Ben's like, hey man, like what do you do about like making a banner or like a logo? And I go, I'll just use AI real quick, and I just.
Now, when
It's a little wonky though
What
sometimes.
I had you
yeah.
Very.
for me
You have
the
to
other
fix it up. You
day.
have to fix it up a little bit.
Like you edited a video for me the other day when you sent
Zero
speakers.
AI.
No AI.
Zero.
Do you think you'll ever be able to just
So
AI
you can
do
use
that?
AI for editing now, but the thing is, it's still it's not there. It's there for podcasts, which we don't use it. We don't edit. We let them be
yeah,
raw.
yeah.
But for like a video like Caleb's or something where you want specific things, it would take you more time to put in the commands. Like you couldn't do a Mr. Beast video right now with AI. If you did, it would take more time to command AI.
Right.
You could throw it in and tell it to do whatever and try, and it would. But if you're looking for a specific type of storytelling, this is not. It's just
Yeah, it's
not
not
there.
there.
The storytelling wouldn't be there. That's
Yeah, it's
right.
not-
100%.
You definitely lose the human aspect
Unless
right there.
someday you could just go make me a video about game collecting, and it would just like
Yeah.
like and just add all
It
that
can do
stuff in.
things, but a lot of times it won't. Like I've tested the waters for sure, but it'll cut out like half the conversations you wanted in. Random half sentences are cut in, and then you can't even watch it because you're like, wait, I don't even know what did he just send me? What
There
was the
goes the
story?
context.
Yeah, it deleted the context because it thought you wouldn't want it. So I found that even using it would be a waste. Like the video I made for you for Retroworld, zero AI. Didn't even.
Where it's good right now is like doing like captions.
Yes,
Stuff
that's
like that.
yes, that's
Dude,
good.
that's like the biggest thing because remember when like we were on Prime Video with
Yep.
with like the show?
Yep.
I was doing the captions, like listening to the video and doing the captions, writing them in. Now all I had to do is put it on CapCut.
Now,
Boom, we're getting the captions.
Now I will say, you lazy ass shorts creators, at least correct your captions.
Oh yeah, dude, I correct them all the time because I hate seeing that.
90% of shorts are captions that aren't what they're saying.
Just
It's all
wait.
messed up.
And I'm like, just read.
Especially if you have an accent or something like.
Just wait. As soon as we use that, like that little AI like short cutter, I'm not touching those things.
Imagine AI trying to do Gabbo. For real.
Yeah,
It's not going to know what he's saying.
He's tried it before, and he was like, "What's this?"
That could be a whole short in and of itself.
I
Just
love it.
Gabbo captions.
Japanese,
man.
Gabbo GTP.
Japanese. You ever seen the intro
Japanese,
to
yeah.
Gabbo's new videos? It's sorry, this video contains what is known as Gabonese.
I totally.
That's funny.